Every video game needs good enemies, and I've been working on my Survivors-like game for quite a while now, so it's about time I create a few. I designed a total of 5 enemies, which I will cover throughout the video, and I also designed a progression system so that the game gets harder as time goes on. The first enemy we already saw in the first video. It's a basic demon that follows the player no matter what. It's slightly slower than you, but if you're not careful, they may surround you. The second enemy is similar to the first one. I'm talking about another classic that you can find in almost every game, the giant basic enemy, which in this case is a super buff giant demon. It's slightly slower, but its hitbox is bigger and it has many more health points, making it a bit more challenging to defeat. And now let's talk about the more special enemies. The third enemy is a bat. It's faster than the player, but it struggles to turn, making it easy to dodge. It won't collide with other enemies or walls, making it especially dangerous when you find yourself surrounded by other enemies, preventing you from dodging this fast flying beast. And talking about fast, our fourth enemy may not seem fast at first, but when it charges at you, you better be ready, or you may not have time to react. I'm of course talking about the bull or wild hog, whichever you prefer, I guess, it's a demon after all. This enemy has a slow default speed, but every few seconds it will stop to concentrate its energy on a really fast and powerful charge attack, forcing the player to be aware of this enemy at all times. The last enemies are the like and subscribe buttons, which you should definitely smash. Okay, sorry. The actual last enemy that's already implemented in the game is a passive enemy that drops healing potions. Almost every game in this genre has something similar to this, and they always use trees for these enemies for some reason. But I decided to change it into a capsule. Does it make any major difference? No, but I didn't know how to draw a tree, so I'm going with the capsule. I have a few more ideas for enemies, mainly one that explodes when it dies or when it touches the player, and one that shoots from far away. But I'll have to worry about those another time. For now, this is it. Except, right now, my enemies feel strong during the early phase, but as you progress, they stop posing a threat. So that's the last thing that I fixed for this devlog. The way I upgrade the enemies is simple. Every few seconds, the difficulty level goes up, which changes the spawn pattern, the health and the damage of the enemies, and the amount to be spawned. For example, although this is not exactly the case, I could make it so that at level 6 or minute 2, we get a wave of giant demons mixed with bats, with the giants having 200% of their base health, for example, and the bats 120, as well as double damage. This way, the game becomes more dynamic, and it's also quite a simple way for me to adjust the difficulty, since I'm not smart enough to come up with another system or complex formula like other games do. So that's it, the enemies for the game are ready. Next time I will talk about the different skills that I'm creating for the game for you to defeat these enemies. Oh, you're still here? Well, don't forget to check my first devlog. See ya!